Hello, welcome and welcome back to The Whole Bucket. I'm Cheryl. This is Let's Make Journals. And we are making, not just a journal, really. I mean, I'm not sure what it's going to end up being, but it's from the Artist, or the Makers Guild from Sacred Momentos. It's a kit I bought to, see what they're like. And in previous videos, I showed what was in the kit and what I intend to do with it, and it turned into a whole bunch of different projects, this being the first. This is that gigantic folder. Here, let me see if I can pull out a little bit more even. A little bit more so we can see the whole thing. Well, just about. Okay. So this was even bigger than it is, and it is a multi-level folder, and I have done some work on it while I have been off camera. So I had a project in mind, and then I changed my mind, and then I got into a bit of, uncooperative health. So I've been on the struggle bus a little bit. I'm falling off December. I'm not doing the December daily, and my day is coming up soon, so I better get my act together. My first of 3 days, actually, is coming up super soon. Yeah, this Friday is my day. Ooh. Anyway, I'm on the struggle bus a bit. So I've been playing with this off camera to kind of get my head around the project again, and I'll show you what I've done. You have seen a peek, but I've done some new edging on here because I seem to be going more toward the black than the brown. And then I built this box, and here's all it is so far. It's just a box. And then back here is, I did some edging and sealing of this, so these two bits of the folder used to open and be more stuff, but I closed it to make a large pocket back there. This is going to, at the very least, contain a small journal. Some of my signatures. Sorry, that was the cat. She is so needy this morning. There's going to be a journal here. I'm actually having a bit of trouble pulling enough papers together to make the whole signature, because I want it to be a fat little thing, and I'm doing only 3 pages per signature, so I'm going to have a lot of signatures. But I am fashioning this over a 1874, 5 something journal that was discovered, and I saw a bunch of pages and sections and stuff too, and it had like life stuff in it, math stuff in it, reading stuff in it, and then I added an art section because I felt like it, and then it did have some journaling spaces, and I get into my work, I guess. So I've done some studying about Victorian journaling, and Victorian journaling was partially, anyway, a religious practice because it was supposed to practice discipline and routine and some other stuff. So I put a Bible verse there. It's Psalm 138. I think I can't remember which one I chose. 139, 139, 138. So all about gratitude. Because I thought that would be a great place to start journaling. But I need a lot more signatures, so I'm going to create more for writing, and then I'm going to go back and look at that reference again and see what other kinds of sections there were, and maybe there's something I missed, and I can add more. Either that, or I'll just add second signatures of all the things I already have. That makes sense too. So today I wanted to just catch up on stuff because when I'm not feeling the greatest, and I'm sure this is true for most people when they're not feeling well, it's hard to get your brain functioning in a, in a productive way. And then when I'm trying to get back on track, like right now, it can take a while to get, things rolling again. It's like a train. Once it stops, I mean, it takes a long time to slow down a train and get it to stop. But once it stops, it's really hard to get it rolling again. So I'm on the get it rolling phase. Oh my gosh, I'm going to throw out all this garbage. So you'd think I would do things like set up and throw out the garbage and be organized before I start the camera rolling, which would make a lot of sense. But since I am struggling to get going, I've just decided to just get going. Just hit the record button, show you guys what I've collected and what I've been doing off camera, and then maybe some flow will happen and we'll figure out some stuff to do next. So let me grab this pile right here and I'll show you what I've done and what I have. And not this. This is just a scrap. You are not welcome here right now. Okay, so here's what I have. I have a little thing that I want to make some sort of card / tag out of, because it talks about nature and the romantic side of nature, and this has turned into a love story. So part of their deal is that they love nature. I mean, after all, taking walks by the river is where they first fell in love, right? Okay, so the master boards that I made last time, I cut into pieces. And so I turned it upside down, and I don't look when I cut them. And so I do have some things in mind when I cut them, like a belly band. That turned out fairly perfect. Look at that. Definitely has some room for, a focal point or addition or whatever, but it looks pretty cool. And then I had some little scraps left over. Who knows what those will be. I don't know how that one happened. I wanted a set of small tags, so I cut 3. I think this was just a leftover scrap. Who knows what that'll end up being. I wanted a large tag. So there is one. This is a landscape uncut ATCs. So this will end up either being a single mixed media piece, or I'll cut it in 4 and it'll be 4 ATCs, whichever. I don't know if I'll cut them or not. This is leftover because I was going to continue cutting, but I thought, well, who knows what I'll need, tucks or pockets or page edges or more tags or whatever. So I left a piece for what have you, and then this happened. So one of the things about this love story that I'm creating is that they met in Paris when she, an American girl, went to Paris to go to art school, and she met her future husband. Somewhere in here I did discover what his name is. I can't remember what his name is, but I didn't want to cut this part, but because I don't look at what I'm doing, I thought I had it in the right direction, so I just started cutting, and I thought, well, I'll see how it ends up positioned on a tag or a what have you. It didn't end up. I had it the opposite way, and I chopped it to bits. So, there's that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I will either end up putting this back together somehow. I mean, it could just be a giant card, just like it is if I put it back together, right? So not looking is a fun idea, but now okay, so the small tag set, I actually, looks like I cut maybe 5 of them, or 2 different sets, 2 different sizes. This I wanted to be a miniature book, front and back covers, and now I don't have that. And I don't know what I thought this would be. Like, looks like maybe a pocket or something, but I might have to repair the Eiffel Tower. I have these 2 thingies. Not sure how I'm going to use those. I do have plans for this stuff, and we'll look at that in just a second. I do have plans for this. We can do that in a second as well. I took these out of the folder. Ooh, metal bits, holders, fasteners. Love those. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. More supplies. Don't know what I'm doing with, right? But these, I actually think I need to print another one of these because I think this is a missed opportunity, but I'll show you. This one right here is going to be a layered pocket, like so. There we go. Layered pocket like so. So this will be on the front of this so that it is the same, but it's a tuck spot. This one, I have several of the flowers cut out, and I'm going to be doing a mixed media tag. I wonder, these are really little. It doesn't look like I've lost any though. They're still here. Okay, so that's going to be a mixed media piece. And this, I believe, oh, come on, all you bits and pieces. This, I believe, is going to be the base for the cover. I don't know what else will be on the cover, and we need to do a bunch of edging on here to make it blend, make it go. But I think that's going to go right there. Like so. Okay, so I think that goes there, and then there's this, and I have more of this. This is a, some lace pattern, and it's just printed on vellum. I believe that's going to be the start of some ornamentation, and it will end up going across here. So I think that's going to go across the front of the box right there. I don't know what I'm going to do to decorate here. I had some ideas originally that may stay the same, but I'm not sure. So I think I wanted a gate fold out, but now I kind of have a new idea, and we'll see. Oh, I can't throw that picture on the floor. That is like, this is like the start of the whole thing, and it's the only one I have because the other ones just don't work. This one does. Ooh. Okay. Anywho, this is gonna go here. This will go here. I think way up. If I remember correctly. This will then fold over. I think this is just going to be a pocket tuck spot right here, and this is just going to be a big pocket in front of it, but I don't know. I did want more flips and flops and opens and surprises, but since I'm so off kilter, I'm having problems deciding and figuring things out. So I can always add flips and flops and what have you later. This will go here. So there we go. We have some we have some basic bits happening. So we need something back here. We need some edging stuff done on the front cover. And then I think we can start assembling. So, I'm saying a lot. That's not good. That is not must-see TV. I'm going to go ahead and do the edging and gather some bits and pieces. And we'll at least get those things done. The things that I mentioned so far. And we'll do that together. How's that? I think that's a good thing to do today. All right, be right back. Okay, let's get to work on what I've done so far. So I kind of lost track of what I was doing. That should be no surprise to anybody in the whole wide world. Look what I got back. I got my giant glue sticks back. I'm so happy I can hardly stand it. I should be covering my desk with a work paper, and I'm not. So this is not a new work mat. I have a new work mat, a smaller one, and I love it, but I have it at a different workstation now. This is a really old one, but it didn't belong to me, so for a long time it was just stored, and when I rearranged my studio, I found it, and I thought, well, the owner of this has not been around for a very long time, so I'm just going to use it. Other than the green paint stains on it, it was in pretty good condition, and I am being speedy at creating a disaster all over it. Look, it's stained, it's cut, it's glued, it's painted. Oh, good grief. I need to invest in a self-healing cutting mat company because I missed, how did I miss a whole chunk of this? I don't understand that one bit. Okay. This is a little unacceptable. I should have put this down on the desk. I have nothing to apply pressure and get this in its right spot. Okay, shift a little. There you go. There you go. All right, there we go. We have a background base for a cover for this journal. I don't know if this spine is going to end up staying or not staying. This was part of the original thought I had for this. But I don't think that's too terrible, actually. We'll see. Okay, there we go. Anyway, now let's look in here as to what's next. Actually, I already know what's next. This is next. And another giant paper. To glue. There we go. Let me make a big fat glue mess. Imagine that. I was thinking earlier how I can never quite get all the ink and all the glue and all the whatever off my hands. I mean, eventually I do, but whatever. And I do all the tricks, you know. I use all the tricks. So eventually I get everything off. But what I was thinking about is that I have seen some videos lately where somebody says they either can't get their hands dirty, and I thought, how can you be a crafter and not let your hands get dirty? Like, get in your work, right? I get it. It's a texture person. I am also a texture person, just not in that way. I have, mud pies are fine to me. My texture issues are more about food. However, I have also seen complainers about artists who record videos just like I'm doing right now, and their hands are dirty. Well, I don't know if those people complaining about that understand this, but this is dirty work. Well, it's not dirty, right? But they complain about their hands having paint and ink and glue, and I thought, why are you watching crafting videos if you think it's bad to have glue and paint and ink on your hands? Because that happens all the time. I wonder if that's a texture issue too, like a visual texture. I wonder if people just have problems with, like if they see that, they can't help but think dirt and germs. Maybe. Look at me getting all philosophical about paint on your hands. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this. Part of the reason I want to glue this down and make it a tuck spot only above this pocket is because I want to add as much structure as possible to this, because the idea is that this turns into a lap book and not like there's a few different ways people think of lap books. So the ones that fold out to each side and what have you are like lap books, right? And we call them that. The difference is that they might not have the structure to actually use in your lap. And I want this to be a lap book in a more traditional sort of sense, so that my idea is that somebody would actually sit down in a recliner or on the sofa, or maybe a bedridden person, or, you know, whatever. If you go to bed at night, do some journaling. But they would be able to pull out the toys, pull whatever out of the box and the whatever they have in here, and sit down and do this on a lap or on a pillow, on a soft surface. So I'm not explaining myself very well, but I think you get the idea. I want it sturdy for all of those things that I just incoherently mumbled. I think this has got to be the next piece put in place. Oh, I don't need this here. I have a pour over crust recipe sitting on my desk. I suppose that's not really crucial to our project here, is it? So anyway, that idea, that kind of stuff in mind, is why I want to glue a bunch of the pieces together, and I want to put on a bunch of layers. And I will have to keep in mind that the layers are going to need to stay flat as possible, because you want writing surfaces. Always one of the tricky things in junk journal making, or, you know, whatever this is I'm making. I remember I was selling my journals at a store once, and the owner of the store came in and she was doing a tour. It was a craft sale day for that store, and I was at the craft sale and she was doing a tour for somebody of her craft sale, and she came to my table and she said, these are books or journals. She calls them junk journals, but I don't know why they're called that, because they're not junky. It was hilarious. I did very well at that sale, and I started to catch on at the store, and then the store closed, and I thought, oh, that's too bad. What happened? Because they had business. Why didn't they make it? Well, you know, there was this thing where the owner of the art store didn't actually pay the rent on the property she was in. So she was like tens of thousands of dollars behind. And she got kicked out. And I don't know where she's gone, but I mean, from what I understood, she had a window in a business that was a refrigerator repair place, and it was a window in their warehouse. I don't know if that's correct. I might have some stuff wrong there, but that's kind of the gist of it. So on this one, I think I just need to glue like straight down there and leave all of this open. But I think I'll put a bead of glue across the bottom too to kind of get some form here. Okay. Yep. Ow. Oh, shoot. That hurt. Okay. So I'll just glue this part. That gives me a nice little border to follow. And then I think I'll just go up this. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing now. Well, there's a glue line where this used to be glued together. There's actually a couple of them. I'm just going to follow one of those so that I make sure I get this nice and straight. So I followed this stripe across here where the gusset is, and I followed this glue stripe up the side. No extra glue. Okay, there we go. Very nice. It actually feels better already for structure. Now, we have this piece. Let's get this one in place. And actually, I think I can just apply the glue right to the pocket. So I only need to go close to the edges. And in the middle. Okay, can't tell if I got everywhere. I wish all glue sticks, even the permanent ones, even the really good ones, had that feature on where it's purple and then when it dries it goes clear, so that you can see where it's going. I want all the little kid crutches, because I feel like that's just helpful. Okay, there we go. Nice. I see a little spot way down here that is not not covered the way I wanted to, so I'm just going to do that. All right. So now we need to do more stuff, and I just don't know what to do. That was all I had. But obviously the project's not done. So where to go from here? I'm going to take a look and see about putting that strip on there. I think that's a for sure thing because it just looks so cool. My only hesitation in putting this on here is, will I regret having it in place this early? Like, is there a decoration that goes with it or under it or attached somehow, or I don't know what could be. So I have this wrinkle-free glue stick that I use for vellum. It isn't actually wrinkle-free, but it's pretty darn close. And it is quite friendly to vellum. Let me throw the ribbon on the floor for a minute. Oh, this thing is too big. Too big for the camera. Alright, there we go. So here's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to make sure that I have it in the right direction. See, I don't think... Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think I want it this way. And the glue definitely goes on this side. Okay, so yikes. Okay, there we go. Whee! Ooh, look at, can you see that? Nope. Oh, there you can. For 1 second you saw it. I have glue wisps. Okay. Sorry you can't see this part right now. As soon as I get it in place, I will move back to the camera. Okay. There. It is in place. And I will just go inside the box and get some pressure applied. Beautiful. All right, there. I hope that dries clearer. If it doesn't, it's because I didn't get glue everywhere I need to. I wonder if I can squish any glue. I didn't really add enough to squish. But I don't really want that white border. And what it means is that it's not fully attached. Alright, well I got it a little better. I don't think you can tell that in the camera. It all looks the same in the camera to me, but it looks better in person. So I'm going to take it. I will take that. So we have that piece on. What else could we do that's kind of a for sure thing? I mean, right away for sure we need something in this pocket. maybe we could take those cards I will bring them all back over. Even their pictures, even the spare and the 5x7. Okay, so let's see what in the world we might want to do here. Maybe she wants to keep her sweetheart's picture right up front. No, she doesn't, because he's too big. Good to know. Maybe my uncut ATCs. Why is the glue so far over here? There we go. Maybe the uncut ATCs go right in this front pocket. Look what a nice fit that is. That actually might be a thing. Okay. What about this large tag? Right here. Oh, that's actually pretty nice too. Then it could have a tag and it could stick out the top just a little bit. What about the Eiffel Tower tag that isn't actually a tag anymore? Good grief. I messed that up so bad. And now, look what I've done. Now I don't know which pieces were for the Eiffel Tower tag. They don't even seem to all be here. Oh my. Okay, I might have to figure that out and set those aside so I don't keep losing them. I think I need to do something to turn her into a cabinet card as well. And then maybe, what do you think of this idea? I kind of like this idea, cabinet cards, and then maybe instead of a gatefold, maybe these guys fold out and out, right? I don't know though, this guy, I don't know if I want to put a cabinet card in here and have it be a writing space, because this is like an original cabinet card. And I don't think they're a dime a dozen. Maybe he goes in here somehow. And she wouldn't necessarily want a picture of herself, would she? But she might put her sweetheart's front and center, like so. Maybe she puts her own self back here. I like the way this layout looks, but it doesn't necessarily work with my story. It's the story that's important. Okay. Let's take a look quick at these guys. I feel like I should do this one pretty soon because I'm bound to lose these, right? What about this one on here? What about that on there under the flip out? I actually super like that idea, and we can make this right now. I don't know if we can glue it in place because the flip out will need space. See, I just almost lost the flowers. All right, so we're gonna do this. Oh, there, I almost lost the flowers. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one really, really soon. We're going to do this right now because this is going to be super easy to prep and then do. And just get this one done. And let's look at these also. Ooh, die cut corners. Because Victorian stuff is all about the fancy. We need ornamentation up to our ears. We need to gild every lily if we're going to be Victorian. I don't know if that's true because I don't know if I can make myself do that, but... Alright, so let me first outline this because I want it to stand out that it is indeed a pocket. I'm also, you know what, I'm a little bit bothered by the weight of this. So let's look quick and make sure that this little outline is enough. And then I have a feeling I might have to put this on an extra layer. That is definitely enough to make the pocket stand out. Okay, I'm going to put this on a different layer and cut it out to make it heavier. Be right back. Hi there. I have returned. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this glued in place. The tricky thing with this is going to be... Oh, no, I figured it out. Okay, the tricky part for this was going to be where to put the glue because I intend to tear this out. I like this wonky edge, but I wasn't really sure where I would put the glue on the pocket to make sure it stayed glue even after the tearing process. Well, put it on the picture, silly. You have a guideline. Well, that wasn't very smart. I've just made my pocket really small when I didn't need to. This whole section doesn't need to be there. This whole bit can come off. All right, that should be good. I love the way the glue just kind of rolls off. Fabri-Tac does that too. I don't know if everybody else does it, but this gel glue I use does it, and Fabri-Tac does it. Just rolls off if you make a mistake. You got to get it quick, but if you do, you're golden. All right, there we have a nice large pocket. I'm not entirely thrilled with how loose it makes the pocket, so maybe I did want to leave that glue there, but I'll think about it later. At least now I have more options. So we have to set this aside. We can't be tearing it until it's really dry. So I went and got the flower bits ready. This is a similar situation where I just cut out pieces of the picture, and then while I was away I went and edged these with Victorian velvet because it's my favorite. Okay, well, it's a favorite. I was gonna do more mixed media stuff with this, and I probably will but I can't find my clear gesso. And clear gesso would be a required step right now to do much more with it. So I'm at least going to get these flower bits in place. And I really just like to do this to create dramatic dimension. That one looks kind of silly. See, you need the mixed media part to fix it. But we can do a little bit in just a minute. As soon as we get all the pieces glued on, I'll see what kinds of little bits we can do. Pre-gesso. Okay. This one, like these two are, that's like half the flower. This one's the whole flower. This one I only did a little section in the middle. It might be tricky to find. I have a, there we go. I had a bit of glue stuck to me, or stuck to it. Oh, there we go. Okay, there it is right there. I was going to say it might be tricky to find where this one came from, but it's right there. And I pushed it out of place. There we go. There we go. Okay, 2 more to go. Getting there. Okay, this one. Where does this one go? Right here, right? Yep. This is something that kids used to do when I was little. This was an elementary school kind of thing, where you cut out a whole bunch of versions of a thing. I can't tell where this one goes at all. And you cut out more and more detail as you go. And then you glue it all together in layers, and it becomes a 3D art kind of thing. I'm only doing this one layer. It would be much more effective if I kept going, but you know, we like things to remain sort of flat. Maybe I'll do it for a cover art at some point. Do the whole jobber like we did back in the day. Elementary school. Oh my gosh, so many moons ago. Okay, so I think one thing that we can do for sure is this. Ha! Look, Darcy, I got one. Oh, this is not it. That's not the right thing. Wait. Oh, there we go. Look, Darcy, I got one. Oh, wait. You know what? The other color I got is pink. I wonder if this would work. We might be able to add both of these, but I don't know. Is this too, this might be too bright. Oh, it's a nice dark color. Okay, we might be able to add a little of that. How daring are we? It's only paper. But I'm going to follow where the brightest parts of some of these flowers are and just add a little white. just to kick up the brightness. Just to kick it up a notch. And I'll do that on all of them. That one didn't, there we go. And I'm not recreating the wheel here, right? I'm just, wherever there's already white or the lightest pink bits, that's where I'm adding the white. So this is just like if you were doing the art on your computer. This would be like kicking up the contrast. I'm not really worried about this white. It's actually smudging very, very nicely. I didn't know that about this pen because I've never owned this pen before, but it's been recommended before, and then Darcy reminded me of it, and I finally own one. So I've never played with it before, and I did not know that it smudged so nicely. But you have like a few seconds to smudge. Not very many, but a couple here. There's some smudge time. That's my favorite. All right, I think that's all I'll do for right now. Again, I'm just saying I really need to find my gesso. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the dark pen. Following the darkest spots, I guess. Whoops. Okay, that smudged too much, and now I have a terrible line in my flower. Yeah, maybe this is too dark. Now I have a terrible smudge in that flower too. There we go. That's more like it. Ooh, just the tiniest bits. Okay. I think just to make sure I'm adding a touch of this color, because now I've already added it, I'm just going to put this in some of these creases and call it good, because this color is not working as nicely as the white did. There we go. That one was good. I didn't want to smudge that time. I just wanted to get those. I just wanted to get those lines to have a nice ending. I don't know what I'm going to do about that flower. I might actually cut that flower out yet again, because I actually do think I'm going to be printing that other tag again as well. I'm going to use the white to outline more of this flower, because it's kind of getting lost back there. All right, now I'm not going to tear this one out yet, because I do want to do quite a bit more stuff on it, but like I said, gesso is required. Also, I'm going to have to blend in those dark pink spots better. At least I have the color in there. Or I'll remember that it's in there so I can add more somehow. But yeah, this didn't work as well as the white did. So now I have some weird spots to take care of. I can do that. I'm not worried. Let's see if we can tear out our tag though. Ooh. And then we're going to be done for the day. So I'll do the part I know I can do because it's just one layer of paper. Oh, that's unfortunate. I did not want to take off so much of that tree because I like the big tree. Can we get a decent result down here at the bottom? I don't know. So far, it's not terrible. This is going to be a problem because this is the weird spot to tear, but I do need to tear in the same direction. I can't get my hands to cooperate. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now, I will be tearing off some of these pointiest bits, and I will be edging this, although I don't know if I want to do the inking the edges in the Victorian Velvet or black, because most things are black and it would make it very dramatic, and that would be cool. The Victorian Velvet, I mean, how appropriate can you be, right? Let me tear this bit right here. Come on. Do what I want. Ooh. All right. Let me grab the Victorian Velvet. And through the magic of television. There we go. Outlined in Victorian Velvet. I think that'll be a lovely pocket to have behind the doors. Oh, hey. Maybe that's where the repaired Eiffel Tower card will go. Oh my. Also though, would he fit? He does. Maybe he goes in there. Do these fit? Not really, but it could. All right, so that's a couple of different ideas for right there. Okay, so if you want to know how this is all going or where it started, go ahead and check out the playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I hope that I at least showed you how to maybe get your brain back on track when it's not behaving properly. And yeah, thank you for helping me get back on track, because I feel like my brain is waking up and maybe I'm getting somewhere. All right, see you next time. Bye.